In this video we're going to talk about source guidance and source knowing, and you can probably recognize after watching the past few videos that this is something you want to have good accomplishment within. You would want to know why you are having that shadow, why you are perceiving it like that, but most importantly, how you should perceive it. It absolutely is enough to simply let go of it and see it decrease while your source self-connection is increasing, because then you're free. But you're going to be much more free if you can have clarity about how you are now perceiving that shadow that isn't there anymore. It's like that example I used with my hair. It's just nice to go from one mindset to another, a low frequency one to a high frequency one. And the high frequency one, if it is highest frequency, then it's not really there anymore. It's not like I'm walking around and thinking that this is okay and it's normal and it even looks good. It's not like I'm thinking that it's not a shadow anymore, so there is no thought to it, there is no mind. It's just neutrality. And you can probably recognize that there are many shadows that you don't have. And when you don't have them, there is no thought to it. Trust me, there is a lot of things in this world that you could become aware of. A lot of type of judgment or insecurities. Small children don't know about these things, so they don't even see them. They don't even think about it. But if you recognize that you have a shadow, if you recognize that you have some judgment, something that is upsetting you, then it is because you have learned to think of that thing in that type of way. And to simply just release that type of mindset is good enough. If you can do that, you are going to be much more successful if you can replace it with something. And of course you would want highest frequency neutrality. In the same way that I talked about the hair in the previous video, you want to replace it with something. And neutrality itself carries information like that. On the highest frequency, in regards to my hair, for example, then there is thoughts in that neutrality. There is a level of maturity. I hope you understand what I'm saying here. You're not just neutral in the sense that you don't know how to think about it anymore. But when you think about it, then you have mature, high-frequency thoughts based on clarity, based on truth, and it will set you free. It will be such a high frequency that you are free. That is what you intend for also. You intend for highest frequency, level of maturity, and mindset. But what I'm saying here essentially is that when you are completely free, there is no mind. And if you were to look at your mindset in regards to certain things on that highest frequency, there is still thoughts and ideas to it. There is still a mindset. It's just that it's so high frequency that you don't think about it. It's not something that has weight. You need to look at my example with the hair for you to really understand what I'm saying here, I think. But essentially what we're saying here is that it's very beneficial to recognize what you can replace a low frequency mindset with. It is enough to just let go of the low frequency mindset and rather be neutral and happy. But if you can recognize the thoughts that come with the neutrality, then you're going to be much better off. It takes awareness. You need to believe in yourself when it comes to you being someone having a good source of connection, someone having good connection with the neutrality and the mindsets that come with neutrality. It is very freeing to know that it's okay to be bored, it's cool, people don't care, it's fine, it's totally fine. To have that mindset instead of just neutrality. There's going to be some thought to it. I can't just be completely blank to have gone from no one thinks it's cool, it looks weird, you don't go from there to just nothing. So what type of mindsets exist in the neutrality? Be someone who can be aware of it. It's going to make it a lot easier to go from a low frequency mindset to actual freedom. Be aware of the mindsets in the neutrality. There isn't so much more I want to say about that, but I think I can make it easier to understand. What are you supposed to make of this? I'm just saying that you might not have had so much success with your pillar spin or with shadow work if you have just cleaned things away and you expect yourself to just sit there and be blank and neutral and empty in regards to all these things that you previously had low frequency mindsets to. It's nice to do the pillar spin like that and clean your energies, but if you want to overall be very wise and mature in regards to the things that maybe previously used to bother you, then you will have some knowledge and clarity in regards to those things now. If you used to be afraid of the dark, then now you would sit and have some clarity about why you shouldn't be afraid of the dark. And that is going to benefit you more than to just simply not be afraid of the dark. You understand? And to really increase your ability to have this type of clarity, the clarity of the mindsets that come in neutrality, I want you to simply just do the 3-step technique. Hold a given shadow with the open hand, see it decrease as your source of connection is increasing. And then sit there in your increased source of connection and keep that shadow in mind. What was it about? What is coming to mind now in regards to how you should perceive this thing in neutrality? What is source showing you? What is the highest frequency showing you? If you practice a little bit, you will see that you really have everything within you. You have all the answers. And you can become very good at this. You can learn to get very instant clarity about what the highest frequency mindset is to anything. Any given situation or scenario or issue, you can tap into it right away. Just learn to not hold so much onto the shadows. If you recognize that there is some low frequency going on, hold it with the open hand. Boost your source of connection and recognize what mindsets come with the source of connection. I have talked about how you can overcome shadows really quickly. Like this. Anything that comes to mind, anything that you scan and find, you can remove right away. And it is with the 3-step technique that you would do that. And of course you would have to be very good at it. You need to practice, but you can really learn to have clarity about any type of shadow. Absolute clarity, no matter what it should be, because you have it all within you. You have all the answers. You just need to really learn to hold everything with an open hand and be someone who can boost your source of connection and recognize the mindsets that come with such a good source of connection. If you benefited from this video, kindly consider becoming a supporter. This is all possible thanks to the supporters. Abundance, health, and prosperity to you. Thank you so much.